Welcome to the Extra Point Podcast, presented by Water Bottle Time, Beauty Counter. Literally, go to the link below this episode, and if you click on it, free soap. No, it's not free soap, but conditioners, shampoos, body wash, skincare, whatever. It's all there, and it's 50% off. So go to it. I know I need soap. I'm sure Travis, you need a lot of soap. So I'm kidding. That's mean. But seriously, go check it out. It's great.
It's good stuff.
Let's just kick this off. Week 2. I'm tired of just, I have a lot to say, but only have a certain amount of time to say it. So Bears Bengals, you saw it.
Yep.
Tell me your feeling.
Defense stepped up in a big way, a lot better than what they performed against the Rams with. Secondary definitely stepped up. Jalen Johnson with a pick, had defensive lineman with the pick, and then my guy, Roquan Smith with pick 6.
Yep.
That was a big part in the game. Justin Fields came in. Andy Dalton had the little knee bruise. He didn't look bad. A couple of drops from different receivers that could have been a touchdown from Allen Robinson, another big catch from Darnell Mooney, and a few others that just didn't fall their way. People saying that Justin Fields didn't perform well, I don't think so. I think he performed just as well as we hoped he would. Now, yes, he did have that little fumble and then the interception, but I think those are minor mistakes that can be fixed.
Yeah, definitely. I would say a few things. How about the effort by Fields to stop the scoop and score? I think that was massive. I mean,
Absolutely.
I don't know how defenders have such poor hands. Like, I know Fields made. I'm just saying, like even if it's like a cornerback who has a pick 6 and he dropped it, I see it too much. I know it was a linebacker, but Fields made a great play. Bears are winning tough with defense until they get their quarterback situation figured out, and also Justin Fields. People can critique his performance all they want. He won them the game. That's all that matters in this league. That's the difference between NFL and college. There's no committee looking over your shoulder. It's just win the damn game. Bears did that. They're 1-1. Rams Colts.
Yeah.
2 tough teams, 2 playoff teams from a year ago. But in the end, Rams were just better. Carson Wentz 2 sprained ankles. He only has 2 ankles, by the way. So they're both sprained. But Rams ground and pound. Jalen Ramsey had a pick off Jacob Eason, who stepped in for Carson Wentz. This Colts team is the same team, right? What we think?
Yeah. I think they can be good. They need Wentz to stay healthy. The defense definitely played a lot better. That's another situation where it's top 5, top 10 defense. They played a lot better than they did in week 1. But at the same time, losing Wentz and having the big part was in this game was having 2 first and goals and not scoring 1 point in either situation. And with this being a 3-point game, I mean, shoot, you kick 2 field goals. Guess what? Now you win the ball game. So it's a whole different momentum switch, and the Colts were in it, but they weren't in it at the same time because the Rams can just turn around like that, and that's what they did. They won the ball game.
Yeah, I agree. Rams are Colts have faced 2 tough teams. Seahawks week 1, obviously the Rams coming in, and they're tough games, but you probably want to win those at home. But Rams are certainly, I think, poised for a deep playoff run. I know it's only week 2, but they certainly look like they're the part. Patriots Jets. Right here is just a classic Bill Belichick against a rookie quarterback. Zach Wilson throws 4 picks. Patriots were very efficient, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't turn the ball over. They kept control of the ball the entire time. The run game was big for them. Defense stepped up in a big way. Like you said, 4 picks. I mean, that's just classic Bill Belichick against a rookie quarterback. But hey, we're gonna have to see what they do next week. Coming off the loss against the Dolphins, I mean, this is a big win for them. Even though it's the Jets, it's still a big win for them.
Yeah.
So hey, we can win some ball games.
Yep. I agree. I love there's a great meme of it was last year on Monday night when the Patriots were playing the Jets. Or no, it was 2 years ago, Patriots Jets, and Belichick is trying like there's a little quirk in the rules where if you're punting like close to the 2-minute warning or something, you can take a delay of game and the clock will still keep running.
Yep.
And I remember Belichick was seeing if Gase would like fall forward or something when he was with the Jets, and Gase just called timeout and Belichick was like laughing about it and kind of smirking on the sidelines, and ESPN caught it. And I think that's hilarious, but that's the perfect meme for this kind of game. Like just classic Belichick smirking. He certainly got the best of Saleh on the Jets here. Texans, Browns. Browns started off a little kind of sluggish. Texans were up 14-7. Then the Tyrod Taylor, unfortunate, another tough break for him. Lower body injury. Can't remember specifically what it is, but then the Browns just kind of press on from there, take over in the second half. They needed this one after their them blowing the lead against Kansas City last week. Then Houston has I think they're going to have a tough matchup on Thursday against Carolina, who's 2-0. Davis Mills, rookie from Stanford. Smart dude, obviously going to Stanford. But we'll see if Houston can find a way to put up a fight. But Davis Mills, I believe, Tyrod Taylor was 10 of 11 for 125 yards and a touchdown until the injury. Davis Mills comes in 8 of 18, 102 yards, touchdown, and a pick. Also sacked once. So there's a bit of a drop off, obviously, and it's tough. But hey, at least Brandon Cooks showed up. Brandon Cooks 9 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Brandon Cooks has been the leading receiver twice in the first 2 weeks for Houston. He's kind of a fantasy weapon. Of course, I don't have him. But I mean, how are we looking at this Houston? I mean, Houston's just like a big question mark,
Tyrod was a big part in them winning week 1 and actually having control of this game in week 2. His presence in the locker room is one that, he is a leader and he will control that squad. Losing him, big factor. So I feel like they're going to be the Texans that everybody thought that they were actually going to be before, they impressed us with Tyrod these first 2 weeks. Now, yes, they still have Cooks. They still have the receiving core. They still have a loaded backfield.
Yeah, they do.
I just don't know how well they're going to hold up without Tyrod in the quarterback slot.
They are who we thought they were. That's a great quote. Niners, Eagles. Niners proved they can win multiple ways. In Detroit week 1, they put up 41 in a shootout. And then against Philly here, they proved they can win with defense. Low scoring game. We'll see what the Niners do. Again, they welcome in the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football next week. Trey Sermon's out with a concussion. Elijah Mitchell's out with a shoulder injury. And the Niners are looking for RB help. JaMychal Hasty's also out. They called for Duke Johnson, TJ Yeldon, Lamar Miller. They're looking for some help. Jimmy G was pretty efficient as well. 189 yards and a touchdown, 22 of 30 or whatever he was. Deebo Samuel, Kyle Juszczyk also had some moments in the rushing game as well. Kyle Shanahan using his jets. I mean, again, you've told me numerous times that like the Niners are fantastic at what they do with the running game. One of the best offensive lines in the league, and plugging any running back, they're going to do well. But we'll see. I mean, because they've dealt with this injury bug before, and last year, like, look, if they were able to overcome what happened last year, I mean, hats off to them. But last year was tough. This year, certainly a little bit more manageable. And we'll see how they, can fix this running back problem.
Yeah, Shanahan has them in a place where almost any running back can come in and get the job done. Now, yes, it definitely takes somebody a little bit extra to do, a little bit more and get that ground and pound done. But at the same time, I mean, most running backs in the league can come in to this situation, this offense, and just take care of the football and get them a lot of yards because that offensive line is very good. And then they have Ayuk, Samuel, George Kittle, guy that we haven't even referenced yet. I mean, they have weapons, and Garoppolo is going to take care of the football. He's not going to turn it over much. So that offense, they'll do what they need to do to win ball games. But that defense is definitely one where they can definitely. They're the ones that control the game. They are the ones that control the game.
What? I'm kidding. You just I'm one of those people that loves when someone goes on a big spiel or like a big, you didn't have a big rant there. I'm just saying I love it when people are like explaining something and I just say like, what? What did you just say? It's funny. That was stupid. Anyway, that's the Jerry Seinfeld in me, some comedian. Broncos, Jaguars. I'm rooting for Denver. I think Denver's an interesting team. Obviously, they played the Giants and the Jaguars, two 0-2 teams. But hey, Teddy Bridgewater, clutch. The defense, top 10 when healthy. We'll see if Bradley Chubb's ankle injury, we'll see how long it keeps him out for. But Cortland Sutton, after one catch last week, 9 catches, 159 yards. Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, very underrated running back duo. Denver, yes, they played two bad teams, but they could surprise some people. You never know. You think they're contenders or pretenders?
They're more on the contender side of things, but if they do anything, they're sneaking into the playoffs. If they do anything, I think they're in a very, very tough division. Defense is definitely going to help them out. They have a very, very solid defense. Teddy Two Gloves. I mean, him controlling the ball where he just doesn't turn it over much. I mean, that's a big, big factor. It's just like Jimmy Garoppolo. They take control of the ball and they make sure that their team is in the best situation possible so that they can actually win those ball games. Yeah. And that's what Drew Lock didn't do in the past where, he would just try and chuck the ball downfield and, hey, if he made a big play, wow, that was a great throw. But at the same time, Drew Lock, I mean, he tried to put it in excuse me. He tried to put it in different situations where it just didn't work out well and he just turned the ball over too much. So Teddy Two Gloves definitely puts them in the better situation, and I feel like they definitely have the upside to be good, but it's going to be tough for them going down the road, especially in that division. Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. But I mean, hey, you're sitting 2-0, top of the AFC West, and can't ask for much more than that. But we'll see, like you said, what they do moving forward. Raiders, Steelers, Derek Carr. Again, I said last week Matthew Stafford was my MVP. I'm switching that because I can do what I want because I'm my own human being. Derek Carr, unbelievable. He is one of 3 quarterbacks the last 2 years to have over 4,000 yards passing and less than 10 picks in a season he joins. It's him, Aaron, and Pat. So not too shabby. I think the Raiders right now, I mean, going on the road to beat Pittsburgh, who just beat Buffalo week 1 is something, but beating Baltimore last week too, who just beat Kansas City. I mean, 2 fantastic wins. If this is not the Raiders team of old, a team that would kind of blow it late in the season, look, they're turning it on here. If they can continue this stretch on as we move towards October and November and December, I believe they're Super Bowl contenders. What do you think? A big part in that situation is going to have to come to, is Josh Jacobs going to be healthy throughout the rest of the season? Is Derek Carr going to stay healthy throughout the rest of the season? If those two can stay healthy, hey, sky's the limit. I mean, they got Darren Waller, Henry Ruggs, Hunter Renfrow. I mean, they got a bunch of different weapons, and so they can take it to that next level. Which I mean, they've done within these first 2 weeks, 2 very, very impressive wins. And even though the Steelers were missing T.J. Watt towards the end of the game, I mean, hey, Steelers defense is still legit even without T.J. Watt. Now, yes, he does add a big factor into that defense, but hey, Derek Carr got the job done. He put the team on his back, and the run game for the Raiders wasn't even that wasn't that good, and Derek Carr just threw for what 384 yards or something like that.
Yeah, 380, 382. You suck at your job.
382.
382. 382.
Two
Exactly,
off.
Bo.
That's a big difference. But anyways, yeah, he put that team on his back, man, and he's definitely showing what Derek Carr can be, and that's going to be a scary team down the stretch as long as they can continue to win ball games.
They're physical. The offense. Darren Waller's the guy, unguardable. You have great. I mean, Brian Edwards is their kind of complete, like their prototypical receiver. Renfro is their Edelman, their Cobb, good slot receiver. Then you have Ruggs, the deep ball, the Deshaun Jackson type of player, very solid. The defense, Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue coming off the edge, very solid pass rush. So Raiders, watch out. Saints' performance this week proves that week one was mostly a fluke. You'll see that with the Bills game too. Like Jameis comes out and throws 2 picks, only 50% completion. Panthers, Darnold, and DJ Moore, McCaffrey, Robbie Anderson. They're all on. They're on fire. Very solid wins. I know New Orleans was missing some coaches due to COVID, but Carolina came out, played well. And I think there's a lot of dangerous things in football. A question mark team is one of them. Like, we don't know. Yes, Carolina beat the Jets 19-14 week one, so we didn't really know what they were. They beat the Saints, who crushed the Packers. This week, though, fell flat. And again, Carolina, a lot of that was because of them. They have the number one defense, number one scoring defense. So they're a good team to start out. We'll see what they do moving forward. He's still got to play Tampa Bay twice. There's still 15 more weeks left. We'll see what they do. But, 2-0, got a game against Houston, a very winnable game against Houston on Thursday night. More power to them.
Yeah, I mean, Panthers have a favorable schedule for the next, 6 weeks or so?
Yeah.
And, they're going to have to win every ball game to say, hey, we can be legit. I'm still not on the Darnold train. I'll admit it. I'm still not on the Darnold train. The Saints were missing the 8 coaches, and that's a lot of personnel that, you're trying to control, and a lot of more of the factor of, hey, the coaches see a lot more on the sidelines and can tell players, hey, here's what I saw compared to what the players are seeing on the field. So them missing all those coaches was definitely a big factor. But the Saints did fall flat, but we'll see what they are next week when hopefully the coaches come back and we can see what they are again. But hey, we're gonna have to see what the Panthers can show within these next 6 weeks of very winnable games to say, all right, we're here. Here's our record. But then after that, they're gonna have to really show, hey, we're here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're missing Reggie Bush, Jeremy Shockey, Marcus Colston, Jimmy Graham. They're missing a lot of players. So, who knows? We'll see what happens when they come back.
Drew Brees.
Him too. Bills, Dolphins. We don't really need to spend much time going over this one. Bills, Josh Allen 6-0 against Brian Flores. Tua, we can talk about Tua all day. I don't think he has it. Rib injury obviously takes him out for a little bit here. Not much. I just don't think the Dolphins are too inconsistent, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't think Tua is the guy. He only threw the ball 4 times before he got injured. Jacoby Brissett threw the ball 40 times. I think Brissett almost gives them a better chance to win, but at the same time, they just laid a goose egg against the Bills. But hey, the Bills, they came and they performed. They did what they needed to do.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good sight to see that the Bills they're back.
Yeah, they respond. Yeah, I agree. Falcons, Bucks. I was kind of surprised that this was like an afternoon, like a 3:25. Our time anyway, a 3:25 game, because it's you think the Buccaneers would kill them. Well, the score looks that way, but it was a 3-point game in the fourth quarter, I believe.
Yes.
So they were kind of dueling, but dude, Brady and Gronk are on it, man. And then the defense isn't even playing its best right now. Like, they gave up, hell, I think they got saved against the Cowboys week 1. I really believe that by the officials. This week, offense is still pretty electric. Defense is still has. I mean, the defense will get warmed up again. But all in all, solid win, and I think the Buccaneers are sitting pretty atop the NFC.
Yeah, they're the reigning Super Bowl champs. I mean, another year of knowing that system definitely helps. Brady's there. That's a big help. They have all the weapons. It's going to be tough to beat them. I feel like they just came into this game and they were like, hey, we're just going to steamroll these guys. And they started doing that early on. And then the Falcons came back. And then they're like, oh, wait, this is a close game. Let's not make it a close game.
Let's wake up. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was one of those situations.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Bucks top the NFC. Cowboys, Chargers. It's one of those games the Cowboys typically lose. It's just who the Cowboys are. Didn't roll over. Defense played better. Defense certainly was encouraging to see that. Justin Herbert made a few questionable decisions. Still one of my favorite players to watch, so no question. Greg the Leg redeems himself after last week in Tampa, missing a couple kicks. But Tony Pollard and Zeke were dominant in the backfield. I really enjoyed that. I do think the Chargers got hosed on the illegal shift. I don't know if you saw that play.
I did not see that.
Jared Cook got called for an illegal shift. The Chargers had a touchdown that was taken off the board. So instead of it being 17-17, would have been 21-17 Chargers. Cowboys would have had to score a touchdown to win the game. I think the Chargers, I mean, I don't know the rule book specifically, but, you have to be set. It looked like Jared Cook was set. I believe it was Jared Cook. I believe he was set looking at the play. And I think, they got hosed. With that said, though, can't do much. Just got to keep playing. And the Cowboys, won. And they, sometimes the hardest games to win are the first ones. Then you can get the ball rolling. And, this was a game Dallas couldn't lose, especially after almost beating Tampa. I think they should have, because I think, again, they got hosed in that game. They responded, though. Greg the Leg, hell of a kick. And the Cowboys, get a, well-earned win.
Yeah, I almost beating the Buccaneers, who we just said, I mean, top of the NFC. I think they have the potential to have a decent run, especially in the division that they're in. But I don't know. It's definitely an impressive win, especially over the Chargers, who a lot of people are saying they're are one of the most complete teams. But I want to see more in the incoming weeks as well from the Cowboys. But that's definitely a very impressive win, and they held up against the Bucks. So, hey, they're doing well to start. They're definitely doing well to start. They just need to continue to win ball games. That's what it's going to come down to.
Going to be interesting to see Taylor Heineke and the Washington football team against the Cowboys moving forward. I mean, those are the two top teams, clearly. We'll see what they do. Should be interesting. Vikings, Cardinals, quite possibly. No, it wasn't the game. It was the second best game. Maybe even third. I don't know. It was a shootout. I thought both defenses were going to have a hard time stopping the other. Look, Minnesota had a chance at the end. It was a 30-something yard chip shot, it felt like. Greg Joseph pulls it. I sent you the link to the Minnesota Vikings play-by-play announcer, Paul Allen, who's done it for years, one of the greats. He thought the kick was in originally, so he was, screaming, "Oh, and it's good!" And then 1 second later, "Oh, no, he missed it. He missed it." And I'm sure all the Vikings fans who were listening to the game on the radio had a meltdown. And of course, we're sitting here, Bears fan, Packers fan. We're not complaining.
We're not
we're fine. We're just fine. This is just Minnesota is very inconsistent. I think you go to Cincy, you come back, and then you have a chance to win that game in overtime. You don't. Cincinnati ends up winning that game. Then here, Kirk Cousins drove him down the field. Had a chance to win the game and just missed the field goal, and Arizona gets let off the hook. Kyler Murray, another unreal performance. Rondale Moore's a stud. I don't know. It's this game just showed Minnesota's inconsistencies. Arizona defense still has a lot. Like Chandler, again, week 1 was a fluke. Chandler Jones had no sacks, no tackles this week. So another, fluky performance. I'm not saying Chandler Jones is not Chandler Jones is one of the best pass rushers in the game, no question. I think people need to keep talking about it. I'm just saying, he didn't have 5 sacks and 2, forced fumbles. But all in all, I think this game, again, showed Minnesota's inconsistencies.
Yeah. You can't even blame Kirk Cousins for this game either. I mean, he played one heck of a game. Dalvin Cook played one heck of a game. It just was typical Minnesota Viking football where it comes down to the end and they miss a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially.
Classic.
It's happened a few times over the years.
Mm-hmm.
But the Cardinals, I mean, hey, they're scoring a lot of points. 34, scores 34-33. Scored a lot of points again. Kyler looked good. Hopkins still DeAndre Hopkins. That entire receiving core, AJ Green, Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore. They all studs. Chase Edmonds still very good out of the backfield.
Yeah.
And Cardinals are going to be tough to beat. They're definitely going to be tough to beat, but we're going to have to see what they do inside their own division as well, because they have, it's arguably the best division in all of football. So we'll see more in the incoming weeks, but it's definitely been 2 impressive wins for the Cardinals.
Yeah, for sure. I agree 100%. I think Arizona, when you're trying to come up with a thought and you don't have it, you just kind of lose. You lose your train of thought. That's what just happened. So I have nothing. Titans Seahawks. Probably the most impressive win, I would say, of the weekend for me was Tennessee going to Seattle. Look, this is a game that all signs pointed to Tennessee losing after getting crushed by Arizona. They could have just rolled over, taken the L, go 0-2, and have an uphill battle the rest of the season. No. Halftime adjustments, they fight back. Derrick Henry went ballistic in the second half and in overtime, over 180 total yards. I think like 3 touchdowns. They did it, man. They get the game-winning kick in overtime. That is a tough play. It's the first game back for Seattle that has fans in close to 2 years. They'd be rocking. But Tennessee came up, and that's what I love about Mike Vrabel and Tennessee. Like, they're tough. They don't have the greatest fan base, but they're a tough team. Their defense might not be the best, but they're tough. And they came to play, and I think Seattle. I actually don't know who the better team is. I like to think Seattle's the better team, but Tennessee, Derrick Henry, Tannehill, Julio got robbed of a touchdown, still had 6 catches for over 120 yards. And again, they responded after their tough loss to Arizona, and they deserve the win 100%.
Yeah, Tennessee came out and they were playing with a chip on their shoulder because they knew that their week 1 performance wasn't what it was supposed to be. And so them coming out week 2 in Seattle with the 12th man out there, that was definitely a statement win. It's early in the season, but it's definitely a statement win for the Tennessee Titans to win that ball.
I agree. Lot of 1-1 teams out there. A lot of 1-1 teams. Chiefs Ravens. The best game of the weekend. Fast forward to fourth quarter, Mahomes throws an interception. Well, he threw an interception. Bad decision. And then, the key play, obviously. So the Ravens get the touchdown and they're down, they're up 1. Lamar Jackson, somersaults into the end zone. Chiefs get the ball. Look, the Ravens couldn't stop them. Clyde Edwards-Helaire fumbles. Ravens recover. I think it was probably the greatest play of the weekend greatest moment was Harbaugh yelling, "It's a 4th and 1" or whatever on their own side. And, Harbaugh's like, Lamar, you want to go for this? And Lamar's like, yeah, or like, they didn't show Lamar, but Lamar's like, yeah, whatever. And John Harbaugh's like, okay, let's go. And I just thought that was so cool. And they get it. They load up. The Ravens needed to beat the Chiefs. They did. And And again, it was a well-earned victory. Do I think this will happen again if they play? No, I think the Chiefs' offense is too electric, and I think the Chiefs, they fumbled. It happens. It won't happen again, I don't think. You never know. That's why they play the games. But I think this is a game, Baltimore, especially last week after losing to the Raiders, kind of blowing that game. They needed this, otherwise they would have been 0-2. And
Yeah.
this is one of the. I mean, this might be the best win since their Super Bowl victory. I believe that this is a massive franchise win for them.
Yeah, that was huge, and the cojones for both Lamar and Harbaugh to go 4th and 1 on their own side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they miss that,
yeah,
Mahomes throws one ball downfield,
mm-hmm.
and it's either a touchdown or they're in very, very good field goal position for Butker to make a field goal.
Kicker, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's definitely an impressive win for the Ravens, especially since they're down quite a few guys. I mean,
mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't even realize that, too. I mean, they did it with they can win tight ball games and stay in these ball games.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Yeah, huge win for Baltimore, no question. Final game of the week. Packers, Lions. Soak it in. Lions get off to a 17-14 lead. Like the Packers defense, the Packers offense is not the issue. I was texting you last night. The play, like Jared Goff finding Quintez Cephas on the first drive, Kevin King not being able to make that play. This is why Aaron Rodgers only has one Super Bowl. People do not realize that. This is what, like, the defense has been the issue in Green Bay. It's never been the Packers offense, never been Aaron Rodgers. It's been their defense. It kind of shorted up in the second half, but I think most of it was, it started to rain. Jared Goff fumbled, made a bad decision on an interception. Packers offense was rolling though all night long. That the moment where the game turned though was the bomb to Devontae Adams on the 3rd and 12. Unbelievable throw. I would say only Aaron Rodgers can. I mean, yeah, Mahomes can make that throw, but usually when they makes that throw, there's no one within 5 yards of a Chiefs receiver. So it's a ridiculous throw. And the dart to Tunyon was unbelievable. So the Packers get, they get warmed up 35-17, and that sets up a big game against San Francisco next Sunday night. Going to be amazing. I do want to say though, the press conference. You saw some of that probably, Aaron. I loved how he called out the meet. That was number one because, like, I saw on Get Up this morning, like they're laughing, like, oh, what does he mean by that? Well, he's pointing at you guys. He's pointing at everyone out there who thinks that they can, after one bad game. Well, the media is going to critique you that's just what they do, and that's the problem. It's like they don't do it because they love I don't know. It's all negative. It's all negativity, and that's kind of what sells, unfortunately, in this world. Whereas our show, Pat McAfee, Good Morning Football, it's all fun and positive, and we like to talk about football. But Aaron I think after people saying Aaron Rodgers didn't care about the game of football, it's telling him to go kick rocks. I just thought that was hilarious. And today on the Pat McAfee show, when he was on Aaron Rodgers Tuesday, you and I both love that. He just said it, it's kind of horse shit to give all those people out there who think they know the game of football, that think that they know Aaron Rodgers well enough to critique him and critique the team. He just, again, told them to go kick rocks. I just thought it was hilarious. And this is the Packers team. They have a great offense. The defense is suspect, and we'll see if they can turn it around as the season moves on.
Yep. Yeah. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough week 3 matchup, especially with the track record that Aaron has out in San Fran. Sorry, Santa Clara.
Why am I doing this? I have headphones and I can't block you out. Damn it. No, you're right, though. That's going to be a great matchup. Niners weren't healthy last year, so the Packers were able to own them, but now they're healthy. We'll see what the running back situation holds. For the future, we'll see who they bring in. We'll see if anyone can get healthy. But it's gonna be interesting. We got Carolina, Houston on Thursday night. Should be an interesting game. Hey man, that's it though. I'm hungry. And I have nothing else to say because
you want to say your record?
What is my record? I believe what did I last week? I was 5-10, correct? You were 10-5. I was 6-10. So this week we both went 10-6. So now I am 16 and
16.
Great.
You're
and
50%.
500. What are you at?
21-11.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to start making some
I had a little bit of a downslope from 11-5 to 10-6.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to pick that back up.
I'm gonna have to start, making some, taking some shots in the dark here. I'm gonna start picking the Jaguars every single game till I get it right. No, we'll see. I'll just keep it close, and then I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. And if you're up by like 5 games on me in the final week, I'll just pick totally different teams and hope for the best. We'll see what happens. That's it though. That's it for the show. Yeah, we'll talk again soon. Probably. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, whatever.
I might just have to give out my picks in a winning fashion again.
Okay. Anyway, end of the show. Go watch Only Murders in the Building on Hulu. Steve Martin Short, hilarious show. That's what I would recommend. You recommend any shows out there?
Pat McAfee show.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Starts at 11.
It is a great show.
11 to
it is
2,
a great show.
11 to 2 Central Time.
Yep.
Every day, Monday through Friday.
Don't watch Get Up. Don't watch First Take. Don't watch Undisputed. Watch Pat McAfee show. Watch Good Morning Football. Watch the fun, positive shows that don't hate on people. Okay? Just do that. All right. That's pretty much it. I'm done. I'm going to go eat dinner because I'm hungry. Haven't eaten in a while.
Same
so,
here.
okay. Godspeed,
All right.
brother.
Talk to you later.
See ya.